Here's Tua Tagovailoa from yesterday talking about comparisons with the guy who was drafted one spot after Tua in 2020.
He's a great player. You know, you can't say anything bad about this guy. Like, he's good. He can run. He can throw on the run. I mean, he can do a lot of things, and it's pretty remarkable. So, you know, I have nothing but respect for him and his game too. I feel that I've been very blessed to have gotten chosen, regardless of if I got chosen before him or after him. You know, I'm just happy to be where I'm at. I don't think anything of it. You know, I know everyone else outside of our building, and you know, fans want to make speculations about that. But for me, you know, I'm just very fortunate, very blessed to be in this position. So, you know, I'll let everyone else handle the talking with that, and you know, that's my stance on it.
Before this season, it looked like a monumental blunder by the Dolphins to take Tua instead of Justin Herbert. I still would take Herbert over Tua, but right now, Tua's playing better. Tua's the leading Pro Bowl vote getter. They're still doing Pro Bowl votes, even though they're not having a Pro Bowl. I'm not going to try to figure that one out. But as I said a few weeks ago, you flip Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa, and you have Mike McDaniel as the head coach of Justin Herbert, you'd be seeing a lot of the same stuff. But Tua has been great this year. And, Chris, here we are in their third seasons. Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, Justin Herbert, taken in the top 6 of the draft, and all three right now looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good, really.
No question. I mean, it is. And Tua's, you know, been playing great football. There's no question about that. You know, he's doing great. The offense fits him, and you know, there's nothing you could say about that. He's played really good in every game except last week. You know, last week was bad. Last week he left a ton more, like I told you yesterday, more points and yards on the field than any quarterback I've seen in a game all year. Now, we'll see how he bounces back. You know, but hey, they're both phenomenal. I mean, Herbert's a phenomenal talent. Herbert's generational. You know, and I don't think it's, you know, I don't like this aspect of we just go, well, hey, look at him when he's doing this year. I mean, the Dolphins are an all-star team. Are you kidding me? You put Justin Herbert on the Dolphins and watch out. Like, that's not fair. You know, Justin Herbert, the Chargers, the injuries they've had to deal with, the offensive line. I mean, they couldn't protect him for 3 seconds last week. They can't. They got nobody that can stretch the field and go down the field. Keenan Allen's been hurt most of the year. Mike Williams been hurt most of the year. They have no run game. You know, Tua, the game is made very easy for him. And I'm not trying to disrespect for him. I'm just trying to tell you how awesome the Dolphins are. And we got to stop just going, oh, wait, this stat and this stat, so that guy's better. Like, that's not real. So it's not apples to apples there. But Tua has taken advantage of his opportunity and is certainly the quarterback of the most dangerous offense in football. I've never seen anybody do to the 49ers what the Dolphins did last week. I've never. I talked about it on my podcast. Please go listen. We break it down. I've never seen that many open people and the 49ers being relegated to, we don't know what to do. We're just going to play cover 2 because they got people open everywhere. If they play again, Tua will tear up the Niners. They're not a good matchup.
But why didn't he? I saw you tweet that yesterday, but I'm confused. Why didn't he do it?
He missed. He just missed. He just was off. You know, I don't know if
then why do you think he's he's going to not be off the next time?
Because
I mean, you got Nick Bosa chasing you around.
Well, again, here's the other thing. See, he missed throws. He missed throws that were wide open. He wasn't under pressure much at all. He was under the third least pressure of football last week. So Bosa got the 3 sacks, but there was you go back to his first 30 dropbacks and you go, there's nobody around him because you can't ever rush Tua. It's always this guy's going that way, this guy. So the defense goes that way or they go this way. Then they go, oh, wait, he is throwing it. Let me go rush. And it's already over because now he's already patting and throwing the ball. They do a great job of protecting the offensive line there. But my point was, you know, I think, hey, it was outdoors. It was the 49ers. You know, they're big, they're fast. And I think he maybe felt a little uncomfortable that way and he just was off. But I don't think you can rely if they ever played again to go, well, you know, we're going to play the same game plan and just Tua will be off again. We haven't seen him be off like that all year. So that's, a learning experience for him. But I don't think he's in the class of Justin Herbert. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to go there. That's not going to happen. And I got a lot of respect for Tua. I know people don't think that, but I do. And their offense is awesome. But it's their offense and the talent that has certainly helped him out.
Here's the reality.
Yeah.
Last year he wasn't good. And guess what? He's gotten better. He's worked harder.
Right.
He's been more focused. Remember
Right.
in the preseason, Mike McDaniel was saying how he's doing stuff that he didn't do last year.
Yes.
He has stepped up. So it was accurate to say a year ago he's not very good. It's accurate to say now he's dramatically improved.
Yeah.
And he's playing
He's
incredibly
good.
well. And he's benefiting from the presence of Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, all the running backs, Mike Gesicki, and Mike McDaniel.
Exactly.
And if you did put Justin Herbert on that team, Dolphins fans, it would be Herbanon, not Tuanon, and you'd be even happier because Herbert is better overall. Everything about him, he's better. He's just stuck in a bad spot, a bad team, and a team that's not as good as it should be. They're still 6-6.
Yeah.
And Chris, I can't help but wonder whether or not Dean Spanos is going to give a blank check to Sean Payton to come in and save the operation in L.A., because that's exactly what Justin Herbert needs. An offensive coach. I loved Brandon Staley as a coach. And I know he played quarterback. But I remember saying, why are they hiring a defensive coach when you've got this guy who is your key employee for the next 10, 15 years? You want a head coach that isn't going to leave. Now you got if it goes well, the offense coordinator's gone and he's a head coach somewhere else. Then you got to break in a new one. Then it goes well and he's gone. Then you got to break in a new one. You need an offensive head coach for Justin Herbert who's going to be there. And I don't know that Sean Payton would be interested, but I think the Chargers should be interested. And I'm sorry. And again, this is a tough time of year, and I know it's Christmas and families are involved, but this is the way it goes. This is what you signed up for. This is one of the reasons why you get paid so much money, because your job does kind of hang in the balance when you underachieve. And I would say that it is hanging in the balance right now for the Chargers.
It seems like it. It does. And I don't know if I necessarily agree that it's fair. That's one thing I will say. They are.
It goes to the territory.
I know.
Fair or unfair,
I know.
goes to
I
the
know.
territory.
I know. I'm here just to throw maybe some logic or some context into the situation.
It's not logic. It's reality.
No,
it's just reality because bad teams want to become good teams. And one way you become a good team is to fire your coach. You can't change your roster in one offseason, but you can change your coaching staff.
I know. I'm just trying to say, hey, they were, in a little bit of a let's retool the team last year in his first year, and they were one more laser beam from Herbert from winning a football game or to going to the playoffs. And here they are at 6-6 and been one of the most injured teams in football. And I know, again, I know you've discussed
again, another year. The most injured. How many years do they have to be the most injured team in football before they fire the entire training staff and start over again there?
I know, Mike. I'm just throwing out some food for thought here.
I know, but I'm just saying. I know, but it drives me crazy because, as I've said all year, Rosanna Dana, it's always something with the Chargers. No matter how good they look on paper, it's always something. And at some point, it's not just bad luck. At some point, you've got some deep flaws in your organization that need to be identified and eradicated. That's my point.
Yeah, Mike, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. And I don't know why those issues are there. And, I'd love to have an answer for that. But, again, it's been offensive line injuries. It's been an issue, right? No Joey Bosa. So they've had some issues and other guys to go along with that. J.C. Jackson never really got to establish himself this year. We talked about the receivers. They've lost some. So that's where I guess I'm just telling you I got a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for Brandon Staley. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I do too, but we know how this game goes.
I get you, Mike. I know.
Sean Payton looming out there, Super Bowl winning coach who is a proven commodity, who turned Drew Brees into a Hall of Famer. And, Drew Brees peed a little bit the first time he saw Justin Herbert on a football field. Justin Herbert physically
Did he get struck by lightning?
Yeah. We should take a break. Let's do, in case you missed it, for Week 13, when PFT Live continues right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.